Well, good morning, my ladies and my gents. Today we're doing Coffee and Kits Volume 2. Thanks to Joe over at Big Sky Model Garage. Excuse me, Big Sky Model Workshop. I'll get it straight one of these months. Today, uh, we're going to do something that is kind of near and dear to my heart and really near and dear to my mom's heart, the 1969 Pontiac GTO. I had a little bit of a story behind it. Back in the late 60s, 67 I believe it was, my dad was a geologist working for an oil company, and he got transferred up to Calgary, Alberta, and spent a couple of years up there. And then he got transferred back to the States, back to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Well, in that time, for whatever reason, my dad was the type that he liked to buy and sell cars. Mom said that in the 10 years that 11 years they were married, they had something like 40 different cars, 30 or 40 different cars. And some of them came and went so fast that she's not even sure what they were. I had itches. But yes, it's part of my allergies today. Excuse me. But anyway, so they moved to Canada, and they bought, now this is in late 67, or late 66, early 67, right around this time of year. They bought a 64 and a half Ford Mustang, the originals. And then in the process, and over the couple of years, they sold it. They had a Buick Skylark for a little while, and then my dad got the transfer back to the States, and he said, well, we have to sell it. My mom liked the Buick. Well, why do we have to sell it? Well, because we're going back to the States. Well, why do we have to sell it? And so they did. But anyway, and then my dad, he was going to be down in Tulsa for a couple of weeks before my mom was able to get us down. So he sold the Buick. Well, then Mom needed a car, so Dad bought a junky old something or other. Mom's not even altogether sure what it was, and had it for a few weeks, and then sold it and joined Dad down in Tulsa. And Mom's like, well, what did he buy for us down there? And showed up, and Dad showed up in this just absolutely gorgeous 69 GTO. No, it wasn't the Judge. In fact, it was kind of the base model, which is kind of interesting. And Mom saw it. It's dark red over white with a red interior and the style. And Mom said, you finally did something right. And just absolutely fell in love with the car. So when Revell, I don't know if it was a introduce or a reintroduce, back here a couple of years ago, they came out with the 69 GTO with the Judge package. And I would have liked to have been able to get the stock version because of that, but the stock's not very popular. It's the Judge that everybody wants. Oh my God, the Judge, the Judge. Not necessarily. So, but at any rate, so I picked up a couple of them, pre-ordered them. You know, when they first came out, I wanted, to do this. And I still got the other one in the stash. I haven't figured out just quite yet what I want to do with him. But so I got the Judge, or got the GTO, and I did a bunch of research and figured out the colors. The white is just your basic white. I don't remember the exact name of the color of white, but it was a basic white. And the top is called Marauder Red. And the interior is done with it. And I got a hold of one of the paint companies that sells online, and I custom ordered the spray paints to be sure I got the color match. And so let me get things kind of turned around where we can get the camera on it and give a little tour of the 69 GTO. So give you a couple of the pictures that I had to go with as to how to go about figuring out the proper details, and I'll explain some of them as we go on. But let me turn the camera around and we'll get to it. Coffee. Okay, so now that we've seen the pictures of what I had to work with, we see the model. The kit itself is basically a single. I took some little 1/2 millimeter rod, went around to make the chrome trim, and extended it a little bit from on the pillar to make the define between the colors. Aftermarket hinges and aftermarket mirror. That mirror is actually from England, Boy, and it didn't come with a flat hood, so I had to use the one with the scoop. Doggone it, didn't like that, but oh well. I'm not going to go through all the hassle. The wheels, I couldn't find the stock looking wheels like was in the photo. And so I used the kit, but the tires were not that good. Kind of looking at it here. So I used aftermarket tires on them. And this is one of the first instances where I used the VCG kit of any kind, and I put in the engine. And let me get up here and take a look and see what I got. Make sure I'm getting it on the camera. But I put in the brake booster, master cylinder. I added some wirings for the battery. I think it was a VCG battery that I used. VCG. The master cylinder, the engine, wired the engine. My first real attempt at wiring an engine. Mom's car did not have the hideaway lights. They were just out. And the interior, put up some pictures of that. Mom had an automatic. You can see the gear shift. This comes with a stick shift, so I kind of looked up and kind of made my own plate for them, and was able to make it look like. Let's see if we can get a view inside that's real nice. Get my light and see if I can shine a bit of light. I didn't do the best job in the world with the chrome trim inside, but I did what I could, and it's been a couple of years, year and a half or so since I did this. But then I went underneath and VCG mufflers, and because the stock exhaust wouldn't fit with the VCG engine, I custom made my own. Also put VCG tips on it, and that's, had to look at it. Yeah, that's a decal on that. Had to stop and look at it. That's a bit of paint. Where's that? No, that's the decal. I forget. But all in all right, folks, that is my version of the 69 GTO from Revell. Quite pleased with the way it came out. When I excuse me, when I handed it over to Mom and told her that, I did this she knew what I was doing, but still, when it came out, it's not perfect. I don't know if my skills have advanced enough to make it a whole lot better, but I'm quite pleased. I've got it sitting just right down below the camera, so I'm kind of looking at it. quite pleased with the way it wound up turning out. I can see things that I would want to do better. The chrome trim, I used Tamiya chrome acrylic because I didn't know about the Molotow chrome pin yet, and it needed, chrome trim. But all in all, it wound up coming out really nice. When I gave it to Mom, she was beyond pleased. And it has a place of honor up on the mantle in the living room. And so it's got a neat story behind it, and nice gesture towards my mom. And Mom, love you lots. So, but yeah, that's what I pretty much got for today. I'm going to try and keep this thing short today and not go rambling on for 20 minutes. But so, B-Tex signing out.